I'm in your face.
What's up, Hot Wheel homies? Mark McHotwheel McGillicuddy the third, Dotson Man Diecast here. I hope you're all having a blessed, wonderful day. Today, I went hunting for the first time in a couple weeks, and it was rather disappointing. But let's not talk about that. Well, actually, you know what? Let's talk about that. But let's talk about those dry spells that we all have where we go out and there's nothing anywhere. There, you go to the Walmart, your local disappointment, there's nothing there. They haven't put anything new out in weeks, months. It sucks. Go to Walmart, or excuse me, Walgreens, I just said Walmart, Target. You're going to all these places and they've got nothing. And then you go onto YouTube. You go over to a person like on a diecast, or you come over to my page, or maybe you go over to Big A's page, Twice Diecast, all these other people, and wow, they just found a ton of cars. They found a super treasure hunt. They found treasure hunts. They found all these new premiums that aren't even out in your area yet, and you're mad about it. Well, this podcast basically is just, Derek was talking to me today. And let's call this guy that was trying to rain on his parade, because that's what this podcast is about. Don't rain on people's parades. Let's call this guy Chaz, because that's a fitting name. And no offense if your name is Chaz. If your name is Chaz, that's unfortunate, because I don't know. It just seems destined to rain on people's parade if your name is Chaz. But maybe, I don't know, maybe you're having good luck with that name. I don't know. Anyways, I'm getting off track here. So, you're going to have those dry spells where you don't find anything, and it's very frustrating. Today, I found a couple cars, nothing special, but I found something. It wasn't a complete waste of time, and don't rain on people's parades. If you haven't found anything for a while, that's just the name of the game when it comes to diecast collecting and hunting. You can still find some things online, maybe go on eBay, bid on some cars, whatever. Go find some cars at a garage sale like your boy Mark just did. Found a ton of cars there. Incredible cars. Thank you again, Carl Myers, for giving me the direction to go check out this diecast garage sale. This lady that closed a collectible store. So thank you for giving me a heads up on that. So anyways, there's going to be these times in your life, collecting diecast, and especially depending on where you live, there's better places than others, like to where they restock places. They've got better toy cars. You got a better Walmart. You don't have a bunch of scalpers in your area. You don't have a lot of retired guys, that have absolutely nothing else to do than to hunt diecast and find all the new stuff. Or, young or old, there's still a bunch of scalpers out there, young or old. But, just be supportive of your fellow collectors when they find super treasure hunts. Maybe they found 5 this week, because they just hit it big. They were the first to the case. They were nice to the person that was taking the box out. They got to look through the box. They found a super treasure hunt. Good for you. So if we just lift each other up instead of, I'm not talking to necessarily all my subscribers. There's, once your channel grows and once you get bigger, whether it be Instagram or YouTube or wherever you're at, there's always going to be those haters. But to those haters out there, listen, if everyone's seeing you just naysay everything, oh, that was staged, you didn't find that, you put it there, you don't find that many super treasure hunts, oh, that's, you know somebody there, there's an inside job there, you're a scalper. Well, nobody's really going to want to deal with you or talk to you, or they're not going to have that warm and fuzzy feeling when you come around, When you come into a live chat or you say something, people aren't going to give you, the time of day, because you're just not being nice. You're not being like you're being a poor sport is what you're being. So in this podcast today, it's just, help uplift each other. I see a lot of that. It's all we can do. Like I said, the diecast community is a great place. There's some sour patch kids in there, but they're mostly just sour. They're not sweet. They're not sweet and sour. They're just sour. So, you know, like I said in all my podcast, I don't know who needs to hear this besides Chaz. But don't rain on other people's parades, because it's a great feeling when you find the mother lode, when you find a super treasure hunt, and you post about it, or you find a treasure hunt. I mean, to each their own. We all like different stuff. Some people just like, if they find a super treasure hunt, they've never found one in their life, it's the biggest day when they find it. Some people collect treasure hunts, They like have to have all the treasure hunts, which is cool. Like Brandon at Liver Diecast, he loves treasure hunts. So whenever I find a couple or if I find an extra one, I like to pick one up just in case Brandon doesn't have it. So me, I love Datsun 510s, thus Datsun Man Diecast. So I don't really leave any behind. I take most all of them. I'm not going to apologize for that because I do share them. I do spread the love. And that's the main car that I collect is Datsun 510s. So when I had a major dry spell, I just recently found that basic green 510. It took me forever to find that. And I'm watching everybody online find it. And you know what? All you can do is congratulate those people. Your time will come. So, and I don't know, depending on where you live, maybe your time won't come. Maybe it's just there's not Hot Wheels in your area. Maybe you need to branch out. I think the main thing that some people don't understand when they watch these hunting videos, especially like my best friend Derek, when I go down there and we get together, we get up really early in the morning. 5:36, 6:37 a.m. and we go and drive out to the middle of nowhere. We drive out like this huge perimeter, couple hours each way. Just we go far. You gotta. I mean, if you want to find stuff that other people haven't found, or you want to, be the first to it, you gotta get up early, and you gotta put the effort in. And if you don't, then you're probably not going to find that stuff. It's not going to just plop into your lap. So when people are constantly trying to bring other people's down, or naysaying oh, you didn't find that, you brought it, you planted that. Yeah, I went on eBay and I bought a $100 super treasure hunt, and then I planted it in the store, and then I videotaped it. Yeah, I've got a lot of time to do that kind of stuff. And I'm not talking about me, I'm talking about other people, because I don't find a lot of super treasure hunts. I found probably a handful in my life, and to me, it's not my main thing. But when I do find them, it's a magical thing. It's really exciting to find a super treasure hunt. It's really cool. It's a really magical thing. Makes you feel like a little kid again. And just finding really cool, main lines and the premium cars and those box sets. Man, the GTR box set, I never found it. Still looking for that. BRE one. I was going to this Walmart every single day, maybe twice a day. When that BRE or that Nissan box set came out, I was going to the store, multiple stores, every single day. And guess what? I got one. It paid off. But, at the same time, there was a bunch of other people finding them and people scalping them and stuff. But all we can do is work together and try to help each other out when we can't find stuff, And I know shipping is tough, it's expensive. But if you could find other people in your area, and make friends with other, people in the area. Sometimes it's tough. It's hard to tell sometimes at the store whether you're, standing there next to a collector or a scalper. Sometimes it's easy to tell, but sometimes it's not. You got somebody standing there either loading their cart up or they got their phone out and they're checking prices on things, you know then that they're a scalper if they're checking prices on everything, because they're looking to see how much stuff is worth, how much stuff is selling for. But regardless, I'll strike up a conversation with most anybody, and usually curious to see, if they're collectors or whether they're just kind of scalpers. Not like I'm going to fight them in the aisle, like two grown men fighting in the toy aisle. Give me that car! No, man, this is mine. This is my Datsun 510. So it's not like that. But yeah, it's just like, we all have, the same love of diecast and of cars. Like I've said in previous podcasts, I think we're all car fans. All of us, we like cars. I mean, that's primarily what Hot Wheels are, but I think we all have different things we like. I think a lot of people like Datsun 510s. A lot of people like gassers are very, very popular in the diecast community. So we all like our different things. You got people that like the duck-ins, the zoom-ins, the carbonators, the fun, there's all kinds of fun in Hot Wheels. But yeah, just don't rain on people's parades, because just let them have their time, their moment. And the last thing a lot of people need, whether their channel is large or small, is you coming in there and saying that they're liars or that they didn't find that, or whatever. Just be positive, uplifting, just how you want to be treated. Treat others like you want to be treated. Gosh, is it so hard to understand? People don't get that concept sometimes. Treat others how you want to be treated. I think we all want to be treated with some respect and kindness, So, like I said in my previous podcast, before you got, the one thing I sometimes have a hard time understanding is it's one thing if people get hot-headed and they say things and it just slips out of their mouth. But when you're sitting at a keyboard and you're typing something out, you have another opportunity to delete that and just say, you know what? That's not very kind. That's not helping anybody. That's only just bringing people down. So you have a big opportunity to just delete it and be a bigger person and not say, hurtful things, negative things. Because, we all have stressful lives. We're all going through something that you don't know about. So, yeah, just be kind. Rewind. No, that was a good movie, though. This was that Jack Black, Most Def, Be Kind, Rewind. I don't know if any of you guys remember that movie. That's a throwback for sure. So, yeah, people, I didn't find anything today. I went to Target. Found nothing there. No main lines on there was a couple just fantasy cars on the shelf. No premiums. Nothing. But, just get ready for that holiday drop, guys, because it's coming. So pick your heads up, tie your shoes, put some pants on, get out of the house, and holidays are coming. So there's going to be some big shipments coming in. I can feel it. I can smell them. I can smell the Hot Wheels. I can finally smell again after having COVID, so I can smell the Hot Wheels again. It's nice. So, yeah, there's going to be some big drops, so just keep checking. Keep your head up. Stop complaining. Stop whining. Nobody wants to hear it. We all get in a funk. Can't find any Hot Wheels. It's sometimes it's nice to, complain a little bit to people or fellow collectors if you're just talking. Oh man, I can't find Hot Wheels anywhere. But to bring people down that are finding stuff, that's not cool. Just knock it off. Just stop it. Be a man. Be a woman. Just be a grown-up. We're not 12 years old anymore. Clean up after yourself when you're looking at a bunch of cars, I see it every day. I think we all do. We go out there and look for some Hot Wheels, and there's just a mess. People that are just making a mess. Clean up after yourself. You know, your mom doesn't work here at Walmart. I don't know, maybe she does, but she doesn't want to clean up after you anyways. If even if she does work at Walmart, so yeah, it was dry out there today. Went to a couple different Walmarts. I found two cars though. I mean, if I walk away with one car or two cars, it's not a super treasure hunt. It's not a treasure hunt. It doesn't even have to be a premium, but if I walk out of the store, even if I looked at a few stores and I found a couple cars, cool. I walked away with something. It is frustrating when you can't find like anything. When you went to like 8 different stores and you found nothing. So that definitely is frustrating when you can't find like anything. But you still gotta keep looking. You know, you just gotta keep hitting up different stores. You gotta hit up make a list of stores and kind of just keep ripping through them. You know, like my advice I've given some people in the past is Walmart tends to stock things around 8 p.m., roughly around that time in most areas. So if you can get them while they're stocking and kind of just hang out in the store, I think we've all done that, at least us, you know, hunters that are kind of like really after them. Sometimes you see all the boxes coming out. And let's talk about that for a second, because there's you know, just kind of hanging out, checking back until they come out, and then there's people being jerks and just the stuff that's like out in the carts that employees haven't taken out. That's not for you to go and dive through and to rip boxes open and to look through. That's not for you, dude. All those like cars out there that like employees are gonna be putting out on the shelves, you need to be patient. You need to talk to somebody. You see if you can look through those cars, put them on the shelf. That's not a free for all. Scalper dudes and, you know, just everybody in general that goes and grabs those, because we've all seen that. You know, there's a bunch of cars out there, or there's Mattel boxes, or, you know, Hot Wheels and stuff like that. People just grab them, rip them open, rip through them, make a mess, and then they don't find anything, or they find a super treasure hunt or treasure hunt or whatever, and then they just bounce. They just leave. They just make a mess. That's so not cool. So, you know, if you're listening to this podcast and you're one of those people, knock it off. Like, seriously, dude, knock it off. That's so disrespectful. You know, if you're going to go find an employee, ask them if you can look through the box, maybe put the cars away from them, maybe you get a first shot at see if there's a super treasure hunt in there or something, whatever. But stop making messes and just ripping through stuff like you work there, like you're an employee, and even if you did, you shouldn't be doing that anyways. Stuff goes on the shelf. It doesn't go into your pocket while you're working on shift. You know, we call that inside jobs. If you're at work at Walmart or Target and you're taking boxes out and you're pocketing cars, you're putting them in the back until you're off of work, then you pay for it. That's not cool either. But that's why, I mean, like Derek said it before on his diecast, he couldn't work at a place like that because he couldn't trust himself, because, you know, a lot of us would want to do that. But that's not right either. I mean, if you're a collector and it's very few that like the times that I've talked to people that worked at places, or they worked at places in the past, they say, yeah, I used to work at Target. I used to grab all the good cars before they hit the shelf, you know. So you know it happens all the time, because I've heard many people say it, like they used to work at Walmart or whatever, they would take this stuff, you know. And same with like Funko Pop chases and stuff like that. They would take those and they would sell them. Like these weren't like collectors. These people weren't collecting cars. They didn't, you know, have the full sets and everything. They were just looking to make a buck. And yeah, if I was the store owner, those people would be gone so fast. Because yeah, that's bad character right there. So yeah, just be kind, uplift each other, you know, when people find cool stuff, don't hate on them, don't bring them down, don't try to rain on their parade, because some people are sensitive, you know. I myself am not. You can try to rain on my parade, but you're not going to. I've been lucky enough so far to where I get a lot of positive feedback on my YouTube channel. I don't get too much negativity because I'm not having it. It's my channel. It's a place where people can come to hang out, to uplift each other, to talk about diecast, to share things with each other, and not a place for that kind of negativity. I won't stand for it. I don't have to. It's my page. If I don't like what you're saying to my Hot Wheel homies, or you're coming in and making a mess and disturbing the peace, or whatever you want to call it, you out. Bye-bye. So, it's a great community, some great folks in there. There's always some sour apples, some mushy brown apples. Get out of here. We don't want you. Get out of here. So that's all I had to say today in today's podcast. It's not going to be a real long one. I'm going to call it here in a second. But I really appreciate the kind words, the feedback about these podcasts. They're a lot of fun. I love I'm going to have some more people on here this week. I just trying to, get better equipment, and this will grow. Just trying to stay on top of it. Now, I'm posting a lot of podcasts. I don't know whether that's going to be the case in the near future because I've been at home for, well over a week and a half or something like that, sick. So I haven't been working, but I should be going back to work hopefully Thursday. And I work long days, like super long days, like 13 hours with driving. So I don't know whether I'm going to be posting as much once I go back to work. I'm going to try. But I don't know. Maybe I can even do some podcasts on my drive home from work. I mean, why not? That's the nice thing about being able to do podcasts is because I don't have to get my camera out, and I don't have to put clothes on. I can just sit here in a Snuggie if I want to because they're comfortable. Snuggies, they're great. And some flip-flops, some sandals, whatever. I could sit here with a man bun, I could sit here and modify cars while I talk to you guys. Whatever. It's endless what you can do when you do podcasts. So I appreciate you guys. Man, I've had I think 75 downloads since I started, which to me is a big deal. And that's from just what I can see. So, that's not even, that's excluding YouTube. I think a lot of you guys are listening to this on YouTube because I posted to YouTube, which is great. I don't care where you listen to my podcast. I just appreciate you listening. And like I said before, you guys could be listening to anything else, so I appreciate you listening to me. And you're like, yeah, shut up, Mark. We get it. You like it. You're welcome. You're welcome. But no, I seriously appreciate it. So I hope you guys are having a great day. Like I said, I didn't find very many cars today, but I'm alive. I got breath in my lungs. I got good friends. I got family. Family. It's like Fast and Furious. I got family. And, it's just, regardless of, it's a good time to be alive regardless, So I think we're all blessed to be able to wake up in the morning and we have our health, and not everybody has that. But if you guys ever need anything, my Dotson Man Diecast family, reach out to me via email, hotwheels4hope@gmail.com, or hit me up on Instagram. If you need, to talk about stuff, whatever, hit me up. It is a family of diecast collectors, and I appreciate you guys. So, all right, Diecast fam, you guys have a great evening. Thanks for tuning in again. I hope somebody took something from this podcast. I'm always hoping and praying that somebody takes something great away from what I have to say, because these are just kind of common sense things, but a lot of people get it skewed, and a lot of people are out there for number one, themselves. And we need to start thinking about each other a little bit more sometimes. And there's a ton of people out there that, Brandon, Liver Diecast, Twice Diecast, Honest Diecast, Hewitts, Mustang Hunter, King Nut, all these channels, these guys are very positive people and are there to help you as well. And you need to remember that. You better learn that. So, awesome community of people. So, I appreciate you guys. God bless you guys. Have a great evening. I'll see you in the next podcast. I'm in your face.